Welcome to the apex of sports ownership, the Apex Athletic Collective.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to our show, the only show by the AAC on our Patreon, Instigate Success Building an ABA Franchise. This is episode 5. Swoops, there it is what we've titled this episode. And rightfully so, we have Jason on tonight. Jason, how you doing, man?
Hey, doing great.
Good, man. We're excited to have you. We're excited to talk about the Swoops team, the Apex Instigators. Really excited to break that down, talk about how it kind of goes with our team now. Have you kind of show some folks the ropes, right? Show them how it works. We have some people that have been in the chat, been kind of active, but not everybody has, so it'd be a great thing to talk about. But before we do that, I just want to remind everyone what this show is. It is our show that's leading up to our first season as an ABA franchise for the Hoosier State Instigators. Each week we talk about different parts of the franchise and different parts about building a company. As you all know, the Apex Athletic Collective is about owning multiple sports franchises over multiple years, right? And the first one, obviously, Hoosier State Instigators. But then we brought Jason on here as an ambassador with Swoops to give us our first Web3 franchise, right? And the Apex Instigators. So let's just kind of jump into it. So we see you really active on the Discord all the time, Jason, right? Everyone knows it's Night J, right, on the Discord. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Introduce yourself to the crew formally.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Really appreciate it. So just having a great time in the community itself. So I really love the Instigators, and I know just the logo itself really got me attracted to like the team itself. Like it's a great logo. So
yeah,
I saw that first in like FCF, and I was like, oh, and then you guys got it. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. So
yeah.
So that's basically how I got into the space, basically through FCF, and then all sorts of things like that. So and then from FCF, then I got into a basketball league called VBA.
Yeah.
And so VBA itself went on for quite a while, and then it transitioned basically out. But then Swoops came in, and I was like, "Oh, Swoops sounds really fun."
Hey, how's it going?
My daughter, so.
Future Instigator.
At home. So, yeah, absolutely, it's so fun. Oh. So that's basically how I got into Swoops, and
yeah,
Swoops has been a really great community, and really loved everything that Swoops does. So
yeah,
a lot of fun to have the league for that.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Frosty, and that's Spacely. Yeah. Hey, nice to meet you. So yeah, this is one of the things. I'm really excited about. This is our first endeavor in something like this. And one of the things we said when we first started was we want to make it so that everybody that wants, has an idea, wants to help us crowd build this, like we're open to ideas. And sure enough, you were the first person to come to me, right? You DM me and you're like, "Hey, I have this idea for Swoops. You told me a little bit about it." And like after weeks of delay on our part, because we were doing all kinds of other things too, we finally got back to it. We're like, "Yeah, let's give this a shot. What ideas do you have?" And then we formally made you an ambassador a few weeks ago to kind of launch and lead this team. And so I'm really excited about that. I hope it like serves as a lesson for other folks as well. Like if you have a cool idea, we want to hear it because it's really cool. I played a little bit of VBA back in the day when it was around. And then, it went away, and then but I'd heard about Swoops, but I didn't really do it a whole lot. But Spacely, you've delved into it a little bit, right? Like what's it been like for you? Like talk a little bit about it.
Like I said, man, it's been very entertaining first and foremost, but it's outside of the entertainment aspect, it's really cool to be able to meet other owners, so to speak, and kind of network together and just see all these different strategies of how they plan to approach it, building their squad, and kind of just the strategic battle within that realm, basically, of the whole basketball world, basically, in a sense, is like you've got your opponent coming up. They might be strong and strong up front, or they might be they might be strong with big men, and you got to work around that and kind of formulate your team. And that's been a really cool thing to be a part of as well. And outside of that, we've been fairly successful with the Apex Instigators, and that's
Yeah.
always fun to be a part of, and we made a couple good runs, so I'm just looking forward to seeing everything go from here,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my take on it, man. I love Swoops. I can't say that enough, and I'm glad to be able to say that on here as well. Kind of just to double down on that fact, But
Yeah,
they've
absolutely.
they've definitely got a solid community behind them, and that's really cool, man. So
Yeah, that's one of the things that like really struck with me right away, right? Like I joined their Discord as soon as we joined in, and the dudes there and ladies are so supportive, right? Of like what we're doing, like the league, each other, right? I've joined a lot of like Web3 communities
right.
that aren't like that. And so it's really good to be in a community where it is like super welcoming, folks cheering you on, folks really like buying the vibe. We're the first Swoops team backed by an actual sports franchise. So it's something new for them, right? And it's just one of those things that's like been mutually beneficial and also a heck of a lot of fun to watch, right? Like I watch all those games that Jason puts out there and just watch and cheer for Frosty McSpacely the third, the best player in the league, in my opinion.
I'll tell you, my dog knows when I'm watching a Swoops game.
Yeah.
Because I'm either gonna scream in excitement or potentially throw my phone through a wall.
Yeah.
And there's no in between on
That's
that.
Right. I do gotta say, a lot of people are talking trash about Frosty McSpacely, but that dude has been the heart and soul of that team.
He's a baller.
Yeah.
I think it's the last name personally, but
yeah, that's definitely at least a third of it. The other 2/3 is the first name. Yeah.
Right. Oh man.
But no, it's been great. We're in we faced some tough competition here recently, some really tough competition. It's kind of showed us where we are. We have a team of all rookies, right? As we got Jason entering the room a couple times. See if that worked. But anyway, so we've kind of struggled a little bit, but I think we're gonna bounce right back. We played with some lineups too. Still trying to figure out what it is. But what I like about it is it's given us the opportunity to practice a few things before our season for the IRL team, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking about this the other day. I'm just gonna throw out this idea as we play more Swoops, like we did some things where we named some polar bears and things after really great players in another league that we're a part of. We got all these Swoops guys that need names, and I'm just saying, like, if we know some really good players, it'd be a cool connection. You know what I'm saying?
Name them all Spacely is what he's getting at, baby.
Name them all Spacely McFrosty, number 2.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm loving it.
I'm with that. But yeah, I think I know where you're heading at with that, and I agree. I think that's one of the very cool things about being able to have both franchises incorporated with each other is kind of just being able to kind of show not only to it just so happened to be Frosty McSpacely was the very first name, but it very could have been
democracy,
Caleb or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that's the very cool part about it. It could be the player, it could be a fan, it could be just whoever. Any of those. Yeah. Just it keeps stringing off into its own spider web,
Yeah.
And that's really cool.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back, Jason. We were just talking about our experience at the beginning of with the preseason tournament, having a really good showing, getting into a community that's super accepting and super awesome, kind of cheering for us, but also like excited about this new thing that correct me if I'm wrong, but I was saying I don't think there's another Swoops team that is affiliated with an actual sports franchise. It's a first for Swoops.
Right, yeah, that is a first.
Yeah, so it's exciting for them to kind of branch out. It's also exciting for us to kind of test some things. Can you talk a little bit about what you've been doing in the community to kind of give folks a say in what's going on with our team?
Yeah, so I'm always asking what lineup do you want to put in, or just I don't like I might be putting the players into the game, but
Yeah.
you guys are all running the team, so that's
Yeah.
basically how I want to run it. I don't want to run the team like it's not my team. I have my own team, but
Yeah.
I'm just like putting the players in that you guys want to put it in,
Yeah.
and then we can. It's fun to test and see how everything goes. And so it's a lot of fun to see how they do.
Yeah. Here's a question. I don't know this, so I'm interested in the answer. How's your team doing compared to our team?
So I'm around 60% win rate.
Oh wow. Yeah.
On my team, so it's the night Jays. But I
Yeah.
also have two other teams besides that. So I have one that's about 20% win rate, one that's like 40% win rate, and one that's 60% win rate. So
Yeah.
all over the board.
Do you use the other two as like minor league teams? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's a good way to do it.
It is. Yeah,
So,
definitely.
one I have a lot of fun with. It's probably my favorite team actually. It's the one that's 20% win rate. I don't know. I have more fun like seeing with those players because one of them is called Artax, and he's named after like the Swamp of Sadness and the movie itself with Artax in it. So I know he's a lot of fun to put in the game. He's actually really good at shooting.
Yeah.
But he doesn't shoot very often. Type of thing. So
that's how I am. I'm really good at shooting. I can shoot over anyone. I just don't because I don't want to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's a big thing for me. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I passed the ball. You know what I thought would be kind of cool, Jason, if you could show us around Swoops a little bit, show folks what it looks like kind of on the back end, how to run things, and maybe we could play like a game tonight. What are you thinking?
Yeah, that sounds fun. So
yeah, let's do it.
I'll go ahead and
I'll turn it over to you.
Here, so this right here, whenever you guys can see it, let me know whenever you can see it.
There it is. We got it.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the locker room. It says unnamed, but if I zoom it into 300, then it says Apex Instigators. I don't know why that is, but that's just a thing on the site. But
yeah, that's definitely our logo. That's definitely our logo. So
yeah. And so these are all the players that are on the squad currently. So just added Ripley Ripsaw and VCR. You guys wanted to see them on the team this past week, and so they've been playing this week, and so we flew them in from elsewhere, and they joined the team. So
nice.
It's just a lot of fun to see like who gets to play and who you guys like to put in the game. So some of the stars right now are the guards. So the guards are doing really well. They're one season or like 3 season guards, but they're really
like their experience
really well. So yeah, right. Mm-hmm. So the season, like how many seasons they've been in the league. So each season in Swoops is 3 months.
Okay.
So it's not like a full like NBA season. It would just be like 3 months is a season, and then then they have the end of season tournament called the Super Bowl.
Okay.
And so with that, then the next season starts after that. So actually, after each season, there's a progression, and so like you'll look at a player, and the player will change. And so like right here lists all the attributes and traits of the player itself. So it tells you like some of them are revealed. So like this player is pretty good at 2-point interior.
Okay.
But we don't know how their 3-point is. We don't know how their 2-point is. Prospect rating basically lists like they like anywhere from 1 to 5 stars is how many stars they could be. So a 5-star would be projected to be like one of the best players in the league.
Nice.
And this player itself has been in the league for 7 seasons, so they're a little bit older in the league itself.
Nice.
So then after each season, you can see like how they reveal. So you reveal a stat, and then you can see how they change. So that's pretty interesting with players. Like each season, they're gonna get better or they're gonna get worse, right? And so it's pretty cool how virtually in Sweeps League, like you can see them change from season to season as well. So
that's cool. Does age factor into it at all? Like, or experience, I should say, like in the league?
Yeah. So after a certain point, it's basically like probably like a bell curve. Like
Okay,
there's
yeah.
progression. So as they age and get older, they're probably going to get worse. Like
Yeah.
players do. They'll eventually retire and be out of the league. So
Oh, that's cool.
Not me. Not me. I've got better with time actually. But
Yeah. Clear up until 22. Like he peaked at 22.
Yeah.
You know, after that, just it wasn't a bell curve though. It was much more of a Tom Brady or a Peyton Manning
ever
type
seen
curve where it
you
just
ever
goes
seen
straight
an
down.
avalanche? Yeah. You ever seen an avalanche? Yeah.
See the-
Yeah.
the Spacely Senior Tour.
That's right. That's right.
Oh man.
I love the art of these, like the futuristic
I do.
look of these. Like I love it. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's got a vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely cool.
It'd look good on a t-shirt too.
Yeah.
So I guess now would be a decent time just to hop into it. Do you want to kind of break down how the Rookie Bowl went? And everything kind of just in between with like, we've kind of touched base on how the fans kind of dictate the whole lineup and all that, but
Yeah.
just kind of give a quick rundown, how far we made it through and everything.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun to see the Apex Instigators go through the rookie tournament. Like each round, they seemed to get better and better, and eventually made it to the final four. Lost the final four, but then we decided, like the community wanted to play for third place, and so they played for third place and got third place in that tournament. So it was a lot of fun to see that. So yeah.
Man, it literally, it's a simulation, but it literally gives me freaking the worst panic attacks before I click reveal or I click watch. I just literally, my armpit starts sweating, my palms start sweating, and like I said, my dog knows. Dude, every time, win or lose, I'm gonna scream one way or another.
Yeah. And then another thing on Swoops itself is they have a leaderboard, and so you can see
Oh, nice.
how people are doing. And currently, the leaderboard is based on Swooper points.
Oh, KOD's
So
at the
SP.
top.
They are at
Yeah.
the top currently. Yeah.
They are.
Look, I'm in that server. Let me see what I can do about that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey guys, take it easy on us.
So the Swooper points themselves, basically, you earn each day that you play. You have to play. If you play 5 games, then you earn 150 points. And then if you play, if you win 25 games a week, then you earn 75 points.
Okay.
For that week. And so that's how the super points are tallying up right now. And then later on, we'll also have tournaments and those type of things that you can earn super points in as well. So
do the 25 super points, does that come with is that gated for like a 5v5 or is that just strictly any lobby that you enter for the 25?
Yeah, any lobby. So you can play any lobby, and so there are like one super swoopster lobbies. So each player is called a swoopster. One super swoopster lobby. There's 3 super swoopster lobbies, and then there's 5 swoopster lobbies. So basically, if you only have one swoopster, then you can play them with 4 free agents and still play the game. So that allows a lot of teams to enter without having a barrier to play.
That's really nice. I play in a baseball one, unsurprisingly. That's like this, and you had to have all 9 players plus enough pitchers to get through a game before you could ever play. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
And it's so pretty cool. Oh, sorry.
I did want to point out Apex Instigators are at 49 right now. So if the
Super
Bowl were to happen right, if we were to happen right now, you'd be in the top 64 to get into the season 2 tournament. So you guys are in a good place to get in there. So
yeah.
Something about Instigator basketball just makes me happy. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yo, not wrong.
Man.
The next thing I wanted to point out is so tomorrow you guys are entered into the Apollo All-Stars Swoops Pro-Am tournament. So
heck yeah.
There's $200 on the line. So you guys still have to choose like which player you guys going to put into this tournament.
Get in the Discord after the show and help us select our players.
Yeah. So only one. It's one swoopster for this tournament. So only one player we can only choose one player for this tournament, and then we got to choose our free agents. So it'll be a lot of fun. $200 on the line, so or 200 USDC,
cool.
I guess. So it'd be cool if we win it. So
Yeah.
let's go for that.
Oh yeah, I'm hype. Oh man, I love it. So Frosty,
What up?
what do you think we should get into next as far as the collective in general? Where do you think we should start the show off on that note?
What do you mean? I don't know what your question means. What do you mean? Yeah.
So we've got a lot to discuss about the collective.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I want to jump into a
start?
game. I want to jump into a game real quick. I want to watch a game, and then let's jump into let's talk about some other stuff too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I love it. Let's watch a game. This is my favorite thing about Swoops. We can't skip it. You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear that.
Plus, this isn't broadcast TV, so if I go a few minutes over, I'm not going to get cut off for The Big Bang Theory or anything.
Yeah, no, I got to get that out of my head. You are correct.
But
yeah, just chill, man.
you guys, are we gonna put in like a commercial here? Like,
no, we're not doing that. Although people will be able to buy commercial spots soon, but not tonight. Tonight is coming to you commercial free.
Everybody, keep it in mind what commercial you want.
That's right. Nothing but Wendy's.
That's right. Frosties on Frosties, baby.
That's right.
Wait, Frosty McSpacely's? I don't know.
Oh man, the McSpacely flavored Frosty.
There we go. That's a question. How many points do we think Frosty McSpacely gets at the end of this game?
32.
I was gonna say 30. So yeah, I'll go with 32.
What do you got, Jason?
All right. So whenever you enter your players into a game, this is what the court kind of looks like. It'll give you like the ability to watch the game, and you can speed it up, slow it down. So some people like to start it off at 3x and kind of see how everything's going. And so you can see on the side over here, we can see like how things are playing out with points and those type of things. And it's got like a ESPN kind of feel, like you're kind of seeing how the game is played over on the left-hand side over here. So you can see how things are going with that. So, and I don't know, it's a lot of fun to just sit back and watch it and see how the players are doing. You can also skip to different quarters if you wanted to. So
nice.
You can kind of skip around.
I love the laptop, I don't know how to say this. The laptop overlay, I would say, I guess. The design for being on laptops or mobile, they're fairly similar, but I just love watching it.
The UI,
on the laptop. The UI, that's the word. Thank you.
I got you. Dude, they got a player named Duncan McJammin. That is a sweet name. All their players are like Duncan of some sort. That's digital Duncan, Duncan McJammin. Like what kind of, I assume the person that owns this team's name is Duncan. Which I think is pretty, like, I don't want to judge anyone, but I think it's pretty egotistical to name a player on your team after yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I would say so. At least, maybe if you named it fully, but like halfway,
Yeah.
Leeway to that, I guess.
Or like added a little bit to it so it's not exactly your name. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Just change it up a little bit. You're fine. So.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on. Be clever with it, Although maybe his name isn't Duncan and I'm way off base.
Yeah.
Where are we at here? We're blowing them out.
Hey, Instigators ball, baby. That's all.
That's right.
This is what we do unless we lose, and then this ain't what we do.
Right. Well, this is what we usually try to do, at least.
Yeah.
So
when we come into a game,
easy dub.
Game finished. Yep. So
easy.
It's kind of fun to see like how it went by each quarter, how things like that go. So I don't know. It's a lot of fun to see it play out. Then it's also fun to see like how some people like brand their teams, and so like Butterballs over here.
Yeah. I thought that was SpongeBob.
Yeah, it does kind of look like SpongeBob, but that's
It's
that is a
it's
butter
butter.
cube.
Yeah, it's
But
butter for
butter
sure.
ball, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um,
That's
I like it.
amazing.
so another thing you can do, like this one, you can also just reveal. So let's say that you didn't want to watch the full game, you can just reveal it if you want to.
Yeah.
So like if you're in a rush and you just want to see how the game
See,
ends up,
that's what I do. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I cheat. I reveal, see the score, and then I go back and watch the game. That way, I'm not screaming
Yeah.
all the time like Spacely. Like I want to know how it ends. And
It's
then I'll
so
watch
fun to
it.
do that way. I'm
Yeah.
telling you, it's so much more fun to yell all the time. It's great for your blood pressure. It's
Yeah, no, that makes
amazing.
sense, you know. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the health benefits of just always being anxious.
story of my life, buddy. See, and now look at that. We're on our way back, and this is about the time where I would start to shell up and get clammy and
Yeah, no. You don't gotta worry
in
about
the
it.
first quarter, Spacely, in the first quarter, even
no, dude, I'm telling you,
the whole game.
as soon as we went down 6-0, I was starting to wonder.
Yeah.
I gotta say, this is actually historical for us. This is our first live stream of an Instigators game, period, on our Patreon.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's history.
Yeah.
tonight.
Oh yeah.
I like
That's
the first
awesome.
game better than this one so far. This game's kind of. I think there's a glitch.
No, this is setting us up for a good. This is setting us up for a good ending.
All right. I hope you're right.
Oh yeah. Frosty McSpacely for 58.
For
Let's
58,
go.
he's got 3 after 1, so he's got a little bit of work to do.
59.
50,
Sorry.
Yeah. If he only had 2, is 58.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, right about now.
It's getting close. It's close, right? Like we're only down 4. That's just a red light turnover in ABA.
Yep, that's
you know what I'm
3D,
saying?
baby. 3D.
You know, that's one of the
Yeah,
things we're going to petition, Jason. We want Swoops to adopt ABA rules.
So they do have one of the ABA rules, actually. So
Which one?
You can't foul out. Like,
Yeah.
you can foul as much as you want.
That's a very good point.
That's the best rule, to be honest.
Yeah.
It is very interesting. I think so. They have like a different. They have different
Let's go.
ways that they can have different challenges.
Yeah.
And so some of the challenges, like last season, they had a challenge where it was called the chop challenge, where you like wanted to foul as much as possible. You find the player
That's
that can foul
amazing.
as much as possible. And
Yeah.
so, I think I don't know. I want to say it got to 17 or something like that. But
Wow.
some of the challenges are a lot of fun like that.
That's cool.
Let's go. Come on, Gators. Come on, baby.
Maybe here in a little bit. Okay.
I had
Oh, no.
the baseball league I'm in, they did a thing where they do a bounty hunting, and basically everyone that challenges you to a ranked game gets an extra player. And so I woke up one day and had like 400 challenges laying in my
Just a little
inbox.
bit.
All right,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is more like it.
Take off. Let's go.
Third quarter really mattered for us there.
Yeah, 29 to 16.
Still close though. Still close game.
This isn't close. We're up a touchdown or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's a couple home runs.
I got to look up
Yeah.
this. I got to look up basketball rules real quick. Hang on. Oh, never mind. I just opened my phone. The Yankees are getting smashed, so I'm not opening that again.
That's always a great
Smashed.
sign to see.
Yeah.
That's always great. I love that.
So let's go, Frosty. He needs to get up to that.
That
How many
58.
points
Look,
are we getting?
That's because
Come on, at least get
he's been
50.
dealing in the assists. You know, he just now started to score points.
He's hosting a podcast right now too, so
That's
we can't
true.
really. Oh,
Wow.
And
Right
Wait,
at the end.
Why is Talent taking the last shot of the game though? It's got to be McSpacely. We know he's clutch there.
Exactly.
They gave it to the wrong guy.
Oh,
That's a coaching problem.
Whenever anybody gets beat by the butterballs, you have to say, "We got buttered." That's all there is.
Yeah, we did.
Unfortunately.
We got buttered. Yeah.
We got buttered in that one.
Yeah.
Talent got buttered. We would have held that up, but
Yeah.
we would have went into OT. But
Yeah. Wrong guy took the shot. Wrong play. Wrong
That's
set
painful.
play.
That's so painful.
The next game is also the butters. This one I'm just going to reveal, just kind of show what it
Yeah.
looks like, just to reveal it. And so we'll see what that looks like. So
That's what I'm talking about.
another close game, but
Oh man,
pulled it out.
talent made up for the loss the first game. He actually made the shot to win the game in this one.
Get better, butter. Get better, butter.
I can't believe it's not better. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Thank you for playing those games on there. That's awesome.
I love that.
Our team's awesome. All the other teams suck. As per usual. As per usual. No, that's cool though. Let's jump into some other stuff real quick. Jason, you're welcome to hang out with us. Let's talk some instigators.
Yeah.
What do you got on your mind tonight? What do you want to talk about?
Well, hold on now. Let me breathe, because man, see, I'm telling you, it gets me.
Hey, we went 2-1. We went 2-1.
2-1 is 66.7%, and it's not 100.
It's not, but it's better than our current 41%. So it's progress.
I don't know math that well, so I'm gonna take your word on it. But we're gonna go with that.
I googled it. It's better.
Okay. All right. So,
Frosty knows how to math. So.
That's right. I'm the numbers guy. Yeah.
Yeah. So first of all, I guess, this isn't necessarily big news, but some pretty big news is we dropped a couple new products on our website today.
Yeah.
So if you want to go and help support the Hoosier State Instigators, help the Apex Athletic Collective be the Apex Athletic Collective, visit our site. It's apexofsports.com. Go through the shop and check out all the new products and everything like that, and check them out. And
so, one thing I do like is the just logo itself on the white shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely getting one of those, and I also want to send one of those to Josh and like some of the team at Swoops, because they'll probably wear it and sport it on the stream whenever they're streaming too. So
yeah, that'd be dope.
I think we should do that. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a good idea. That shirt's so clean. I love it.
Yeah.
I love, I'm biased, but I love them all. Dude.
Yes, basically can't pick one favorite kid. I really like, I'm going to give a shout out to you. I like yesterday, this is me. Yesterday, I'm like, Spacely, we need a Pride shirt. What are we doing? And then you come out with you drop the one with the Pride outline on the logo. It looks so fresh. Huge fan of that shirt. I'm a huge fan of that shirt.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm going to cop that one.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how all of them came out. We've got some pretty good reviews. Jack got in touch with me about his order and everything, and it's been pretty cool, man, just to hear. And I can't wait to see. He says he's going out to Manhattan this weekend, and he's gonna be flexing the pictures and getting us some pictures and whatnot. So that's cool.
That's dope.
I'm just
Manhattan, Kansas.
Excited. Huh?
Yeah,
Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah, Manhattan, Kansas. Yeah, definitely.
It's a little apple.
Yeah.
But it's been very cool and very kind of heartwarming, to say the least, just to see all the support coming for the Instigators ahead of our season. And I'm just excited. I can't wait to get our first game, get to watch that on the court and just soak in that moment, you know what I mean? So that's very exciting for me personally, and I know it is for everyone else involved as well. So outside of that, we do have a couple major topics in terms of our franchise that we need to touch base on. Kind of just to give you an update on all of everything going on. Sorry about that. But kind of give you guys an update as far as everything going on with the Hoosier State Instigators and the collective in general, with that in mind. So I'm not necessarily sure. I'm trying to dance around my words right now and not spill the beans. So I will go ahead and pass this off to you, if that's fine.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that are really important. One, it's basically, I don't even actually know if you saw this, but in our email, we're going to be getting our first set of basketballs coming soon. Really excited about. They're going to be our practice ball, a couple of practice balls, really like sample balls, but they're the ABA red, white, and blue balls, official league balls. And they differ from the game balls that we'll be using during the season in one very important way. And that way is that they will not have our logo, but the game balls will have our logo. So they will be like game balls like every other professional team. So you'll see the Instigator logo on them. We've closed the deal on getting all that done. So those will be on the way soon. I'm really excited about those. We'll definitely show them off.
Will it
Very
look like
possible.
this?
They're going to look like that. Yes.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yes.
That's so wild how that works.
Frosty Mix, basically.
He's already got it.
Basketball.
How'd he get one before us, you know?
He knows the guy that knows the guy.
That's right.
But yeah, no, and they're not paper balls, so that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that. So we'll be showing off those practice balls when we get them, the samples. But then we'll put in order here shortly for actual game balls that we'll be using for tryouts and things like that as well.
And I've seen a couple of, we've shouted this franchise out a lot actually throughout the creation of our franchise, but the Maine Bulldogs, I've seen them. They're actually listing up game balls for the community to purchase as well as kind of another merch product. So
that's a good idea.
There's a very high possibility we're going to do that as well, of course. So anything that we could provide, just other incentives. We'll be doing game jerseys as well, but obviously we've been kind of keeping that quiet because we don't have the jersey design complete yet. So,
but there's some good reasons for that. We'll talk about that in another episode. But there's some good reasons we don't have that design yet. A couple other things. I just actually got an email from the ABA today. The ABA will have 150 teams officially playing next year. It's the largest group the league has ever had. So that's caused a realignment, which is going to be happening a week from tomorrow, or a week from today, I'm sorry, in Las Vegas at the owners meeting. We won't be able to make it there this year because we're busy putting together a franchise, but we'll be attending them in the future. But they're going to do a realignment. We're going from 8 regions to 16 regions because there's so many damn teams. So we'll be hearing a lot about that, and we'll find out what region we're in next week. So that's exciting. And then the last thing that I wanted to give an update on really quick was the search for a gym, right? A search for a place to play. And so I want to kind of walk through like what it takes. So when we joined the league, they gave us the operating manual for the league, right? Which basically tells us all the rules we have to follow. And very detailed rules about like what we got to do for a gym, right? And like how it's, basically good enough for the league, right? So that you're not playing in like blacktop somewhere. And so we like launched it pretty early on, even before we had the franchise, right? Just basically trying to find places in Southern Indiana to play. And I will tell you this, it is remarkably hard to find a gym that's available at the same time as college basketball, the NBA. There's now a G League team moving to Indianapolis, right? Like, so high school. So it's hard to find a gym there, and also a gym in which people can purchase tickets and go to the games. So we've narrowed it down to 2.5-ish that we've talked to. We're going to find out in 2 weeks on one of them. We've made an offer that we hope they will accept, but their board has to vote on it. But we're still talking to the other options just in case. I know folks have been waiting for this announcement. Frankly, we have too, because it's killing us financially to not have the gym yet, because we can't do things like sponsorships, right? Because like you do those locally for the most part. Can't do things like recruit a coach because the coach needs to be able to be at that gym. Can't do things like recruit players on a wide scale because they have to be able to play in that gym, right? And so like all of these things we can't host tryouts, right? We can't do any of these things until we get a gym. So that's the next part. We're like well into the process with several places, had some really good conversations, including with potential coaches in the location that the gym is in. So we're like close. We're so close. We posted pictures of the gym that we made the offer on, actually, on Patreon. What was that, 2 weeks ago? It's a really cool gym. But what I want to do, here's my challenge. I'm going to put this out to the community in Discord after this too. Want you all to turn into researchers out there, right? We did it. Like, try to identify the gyms that we have as our 3 finalists in Southern Indiana, right? Let's see. And this was actually Jason's idea. He's like, hey, let's make this a scavenger hunt. So we're going to, so I was like, he's going to be on. Yeah, we're gonna do it, right? So I'm gonna help narrow the search because I think it's helpful, right? Like Southern Indiana, right? It's gonna take. Trust me, it took me 4 months to find places. So here's some criteria that you should know, right? For those of you that are gonna participate in this. One,
Wait, I gotta take notes.
yeah, get a pen.
Okay, go ahead.
One, we're not playing in a college. Okay, so like you can mark out all the colleges. They're not available or they're like super effing expensive. Two, it has to have seats, right? So people have to have bleachers for people to buy. You all saw the pictures to buy tickets. Three is that it has to be regulation size. So like an NCAA or an NBA size court, right? So those are like the three I'm going to give. As folks struggle with it, if folks still continue to struggle and we don't get some hits, I may drop some more clues on what we're looking at. But let's see. I'm interested to see if people can like spot the gyms before we sign the deal. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll figure out some sort of giveaway or something for the first person that does. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm with that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Jason. It was his idea. I love the idea. Let's launch it because we're close enough now that hopefully by the 27th everything goes well. And then things will really start rolling because from there, like we're talking tryouts no more than 6 weeks from that date. And then we're putting together a roster. So, and then we're in the preseason, right? Once we hit August, like we're like a month away from like working some preseason games and a season. Like it feels like November's so far away, but like my brain is telling me every night when I try to go to sleep how close it is. So I'm excited about it. But
you sleep? You can't sleep?
I try. But that's it. So I want to give folks that update. We've been getting a lot of questions about it. It's one, finding a place, and two, negotiating and, making sure we're in a community where we think we can be supported. All that goes into it. So, but we got some cool ideas of some alternate locations. Should that not work, or even if it does for some special events. So we'll talk about that at a later date too. But we're real close to finding a permanent home for the Hoosier State Instigators in Southern Indiana. So it's south of Indianapolis, has to be regulation, has to have bleachers, isn't a college. So those are the criteria we'll give you for now.
Those are good tips. Thanks.
Yeah. So really quick, let's. I didn't see any Q&A. I didn't see any questions from folks, except folks were glad to see you back after you dropped off the Zoom. So just to kind of wrap back on the swoops real quick, just so I'm clear. So seasons every 3 weeks. So we just started this season, right? So we got like 3 months to go. Is that right?
Yeah. So they announced the date for the Super Bowl. I'll have to look to see what that is. First it'll be like All-Star game. So we'll see if we can get Frosty McSpacely in the All-Star game.
Yes.
And then after that, it'll be like another month, and then it'll be the Super Bowl. So basically just like a couple months.
Yeah, that's
before great. Season one's over. So yep.
That's awesome. Spacely, what other updates did you want to give?
I off the top of my head, let's see. So, here's one. So, I know me and you have kind of talked about this. Well, no, we did bring it up actually in the Patreon chat as well. Whenever we do announce our venue, we were looking at an idea of being able to bring our to open up the doors basically to the public for our tryouts. The public being actually more of a private sense, but
a wider audience,
so to say. So we were looking at bringing our Patreon members would have access to come into the gym and watch the tryouts along with us. If you have the voters, if you have a voting right, you have the right to be in our tryout as well.
Yep.
And I think that's a really cool thing to kind of implement to get everybody engaged with the whole process basically of the Instigators from the very beginning all the way to the championship run we're about to make.
Yeah.
And so I think that's really cool. I kind of brought that up with you again, like I said earlier.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I am as well. But another thing is just really like touching base of the beginning of our collective and how we got started. We really are open to any ideas that you guys have as well. And that was one that we got again from Waleb, you know. So
Yeah.
just to kind of shine some light and show some love his way again, man, because this is all about us. This isn't about, you know, one person or another. It's about all of us coming together and building these franchises and making them making them as successful as they will be.
Yeah.
So it's just another exciting update, basically.
Yeah. We're looking for more ambassadors, more projects, more ideas, more shows on our Patreon. If you want to do a show on our Patreon, you think it's cool, let us know. We'll hook you up if we think it's a good idea, that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Jason, you had something. What'd you have? What's your update?
Oh, so I was just gonna say I found the schedule for the Super Bowl. It starts on August 4th.
Okay.
So that's when the seedings and matchups start.
Yeah.
It is gonna be a 20,000 prize pool for the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
So the champion gets $6,000, second place gets $3,000, third and fourth place $1,500, and then it kind of works its way down to the $40 for the first round. So
nice.
Definitely want to be in that tournament. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. We're gonna be there. We're gonna win it. We're gonna shock the world. You know, everyone
won't
outside
shock
of us.
any of us.
Right, outside of us.
Won't shock us, but yeah,
that's exciting.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention was just great job last week on the show with Joe, because
thank you.
I really learned a lot from him, and I think he's just a great CEO president of ABA. So I think he's doing a great job at that, and he just released a whole bunch of great information to everybody, especially like digi seats and like I don't know, just so much stuff just in that one little hour that you guys had him on the show, and could have had a lot longer show with him. So if people haven't checked that out, be sure and check out that episode with Joe, because that was a great episode last week. And looking forward to like everything that you guys are doing. And so I definitely really appreciate you guys being open to the Swoops team and those type of things. It's been a lot of fun so far for me, and I think for the community as well. So I think it's a good match. So it's a good match to kind of see how being a GM of a team goes, and then extrapolate it into the Hoosier State instigators as well. So I think it's a good match as well. So
yeah. No, I totally agree. I could talk to Joe for hours and have like through multiple phone calls. He's such a cool dude. The DigiSeats thing that you mentioned is like the low key biggest thing that he's talked about that I've heard in a long time, right? The idea of repurposing malls and big box stores and factories with 2,500 seat stadiums that our teams can play in, right? And that you or me or our team can have ownership of seats there, that every time a seat's sold, not just for our events, but for all events we're making money off of. Yeah. It's a really cool, really revolutionary idea that I'm excited to see specifically.
My favorite part about that was how he broke it down, and they started offering things like, you know, the left armrest, the right armrest, you know, things like that. That's so cool. It's just, you know, just the ways to get everybody involved. I'm all for that, you know. Yeah. Get everybody involved in some shape or another, and that's, you know.
Yeah, and that's why we love the ABA so much, is because like everything that Joe does is about showing how like you don't have to be a rich person to get involved in professional sports, right? And like helping break down that barrier. It broke down the barrier for us. It's breaking down the barrier for lots of other people, right? That, you know, and talking about like marginalized communities who traditionally haven't had access to the sports ownership, and breaking down those barriers. It's really awesome stuff, and really smart business too. So
yeah, I love Joe, man. And you know, Jason, man, we can't thank you enough either.
That's right.
Just on the same end, man, you know, without you being involved the way you are, you know, we wouldn't even have the opportunity to be a part of the Swoops community. So it really does come back down to you, man. So thank you, really.
Yep. Appreciate it.
Definitely, man.
Right. Right on. Well, you want to go to the big news of the day?
Yeah, sounds good. That's
feels like time. Good. Feels like time.
Sounds like a good segue into it anyway. So
Good. I'm gonna hit the
Here's my
button.
big
Hold on.
news of
Hold
the
on.
day.
Don't. Not
Oh,
yet. I gotta hit the
yeah,
button,
we got my
man.
graphic. That's
Yeah,
right,
man.
You're right.
All right. Here it goes. All right. Now you can give us the big news of the day. What do you got?
All right. So my big news of the day today is kind of like I said, to segue off of the whole Swoops talk. We've been thinking about a couple ideas with the community. Um, One, I'll start off with just another idea that had popped in my head just now, but that'll lead into the big news. So the idea that just popped in my head, they do a lot of community tournaments, kind of similar to the Rookie Bowl, and you know, there is technically in some way or another an ABA ball floating around the Swoops first. There's players with that red, white, and blue ball, right? We could possibly eventually set up some sort of community tournament and give away some merchandise, or give
Yeah.
away I'm not sure how we would do this, but give away like a Patreon tier for a month or something, right?
Yeah.
um just different ways. We got to go into that deeper, right? But
Mhm.
I really think that'd be a cool idea. But the big news of the day
Mhm.
is that we will be actually dropping entire merch line of products for our Swoops franchise as well. So
Oh,
you'll have such things such as like a Frosty McSpace League game jersey, just all
that's
of these
awesome.
different type things. So that's one really cool thing. We really need to get around to naming a lot of our players as well, so we can kind of incorporate it all together. Maybe name that helicopter pilot up there. I don't know. but,
Uppy McDown. Yeah. It's a classic helicopter
That's
pilot name.
awesome. That'll be fun.
but okay, so yeah, but along with all of that, that is our big news of the day.
Yeah.
We will be doing an entire merch line of Swoops gear, kind of affiliated with our affiliate franchise, and just the players within the roster, and maybe some players that may be here today, gone tomorrow. You
Yeah.
never know. We'll see. But that's up to the fans to decide on that end.
That's
We
right.
don't really call the shots.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just like to think we do. We're just
Yeah. Yeah.
we're the guys that
We tell everyone
say we
else
call
we
the,
do. Yeah.
yeah, we say we call the shots, but you guys are the ones that really do. So
Yeah,
we'll figure that
I'm
part
really
out.
excited about that. I was really excited. We didn't tell Jason this before the show because
Mhm.
we wanted to bring it as a
Yeah,
surprise
that's
here.
awesome. Yeah.
And I thought it was so
That's
awesome when you're like, man, I bet they would wear our merch. And I was thinking to myself, I bet they'll be wearing Apex Instigators merch when we drop that stuff for sure. We have some details to work with them. I'd love to put like the Swoops logo. We haven't talked to them about it yet, but like help market like their community because they've been so great to us as well. But also like just give our fans like another thing to rep. If that's something that you're super into, Swoops, like I am, and like Spacely is, like Jason is, like rep that Frosty McSpacely jersey, right? Like,
Yep.
and just go nuts with it. So we're excited about it. That's going to be coming this summer, so it's going to be before that, well before that August 4th tournament. But yeah,
Cool.
so Frosty McSpacely and Apex Instigators gear coming soon. So super awesome. Big news today. The other big news today, got my tattoo. Look at this baby. Look at this baby. Literally, little Pochita
That's
there.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my big news of the day. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But so that is the end of our show. That was a quick hour. Really, Jason, thank you so much for all the work you've been doing as an ambassador with Swoops. Thank you for coming on the show and talking sports with us. Appreciate it. You're welcome on anytime. Love
Thanks,
to have
guys.
you.
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
And
Thanks.
thank you to everyone that's been watching. This is episode 5. We're going to run these, I think, publicly for a while longer yet. But we're going to keep running them publicly. You can watch.
Oh, I think we lost you. You there? Oh, no.
In the words of Frosty, we say salute.